What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about Kylian Mbappe. How realistic is it for Liverpool to sign him? Because there has been a lot of buzz around Mbappe and Liverpool. Recently, Trent Alexander-Arnold celebrated like Mbappe doing this after scoring against Leicester. And even after the game, Trent Alexander-Arnold tweeted anything Mbappe can do ... And guess what? Another tweet was actually about, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mbappe. It said iconic, and that post was liked by Kylian Mbappe's Twitter account. So there has been messages sent between Trent and Kylian Mbappe on social media. It's pretty evident. And even Mbappe, liking a post about Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think is fantastic. And also Mbappe previously, when he was asked which team does he use when playing FIFA, and obviously Mbappe plays FIFA because he's a young lad, and that's how many footballers like to, relax. He said Liverpool. He said that he likes how Liverpool play, and he said he really likes Jurgen Klopp as a Liverpool manager. So there is definitely connection. Also, Jurgen Klopp was asked very Recently, why doesn't he have French players in their team? And basically the gist of it was they are too expensive. Jurgen Klopp specifically mentioned Mbappe and what an outrageous huge talent he is. And also he mentioned Griezmann, that he decided to go to Barcelona. And also he mentioned that he would buy Mbappe if he wasn't too expensive. So we can safely say that Jurgen Klopp is interested in signing Mbappe, but somehow Liverpool need to make it work. And I think that there is a way for Liverpool to make it work. Mbappe, of course, is a Nike ambassador, and Liverpool will sign a new official club sponsorship deal, kit deal with Nike. So one of the clauses of the contract, there could be a stipulation saying that Nike will work with Liverpool and Mbappe together to make this deal work. And also, even though Mbappe could cost around 200 million pounds, that's money that you spend in the 5 years, and that's also money that you get back when you sell Mbappe. So I don't think it's outrageous to suggest that Liverpool can afford to sign Mbappe, because we can divide that 200 million to 5 years, and that's like 40 million pounds per season. And yes, that's a lot of money, but does that sound impossible now? I don't think so. Liverpool earn more than a 40 million pounds profit every season, and I think Liverpool can more than afford more than a 40 million pound net spend in the next 5 years. I think Liverpool could spend about 80 to 100 million pounds every 2 seasons. So 40 million pounds every year for Mbappe is not an outrageously, impossibly huge deal. And also, I think if you realistically say Mbappe will play for Liverpool for the next 5 years and then we sell him, how much will it cost then? I think we wouldn't get just 50 million for Mbappe. I think we would get close to what we originally paid for Mbappe. So let's say we have to buy him for 200 million right now. If we sell Mbappe in 5 years, he would go for 200 million or 250 or maybe even 300 million. It's safe to say that Mbappe would be a huge success at Liverpool. I mean, this Liverpool team is already absolutely brilliant, great. But with Mbappe, it could potentially be unbeatable. In the next 4 or 5 years, Liverpool could win almost everything there is to win in the Premier League, in the FA Cup, and in the Champions League maybe as well, especially with Jurgen Klopp as a manager. And Liverpool have stability. Mbappe, I think, wants to play one day in the Premier League. And if there is a transfer that I want to see happen, it's this one. It would shut up a lot of haters. Loads of people are saying Liverpool would never buy this kind of player, Liverpool would never do these kind of deals. But very recently, when Virgil van Dijk 2 years ago was signed by Liverpool, many people said that 75 million is outrageous for a defender. Why is Liverpool playing this amount? And previously, when we were linked with Van Dijk, nobody said we would pay 75 million for just one player, especially for a defender. Nobody said before we signed Alisson that we would pay 70 million pounds for a goalkeeper, but we did. So I don't think it's fair to say that it's impossible for Liverpool to sign Mbappe, because it's not. As I said with the bullet points in this video, there is a distinct possibility that Liverpool can afford Mbappe, because I think that the revenues are growing each year, and with the Nike kit deal, Liverpool will get even more money in, and Liverpool already are one of the richest clubs in the world. We are already pretty much guaranteed to play Champions League football for the next 2 or 3 years with how strong our team is. Of course, you can never predict what will happen in football, but I think under Jurgen Klopp we will get Champions League every season. So I think that the revenue will keep coming in, and Liverpool can safely say that we can sell Mbappe for as much money, if not more, than what we are buying Mbappe for. So that's why I'm saying, please Liverpool, just try and let's go for Mbappe. Let's try, let's see what kind of bids Paris Saint-Germain would be happy with. And I think that Mbappe in the next 2 or 3 years will leave Paris Saint-Germain. The big question is, who will he go to and which club can afford him? That's the big question. And even Javier Mascherano, the former Liverpool and Barcelona midfielder, tweeted, just simple, Alexander-Arnold. That's the tweet, that's what he tweeted, just those 2 words. And I think that is brilliant by Mascherano, just saying what a great player Alexander-Arnold is, that he noticed it. And this is what Trent Alexander-Arnold said after the Leicester game. I don't get on the score sheet too often. It was a good counter-attack. I saw the space, I saw that Sadio has played a lovely ball, and I thought, let's hit it first time. And it went in. It was good to get the goal, but the 3 points are what we came here for, and we are made up to have them. Yes, we played really good football, especially after all the traveling we have done and the intense period we have had. You put all that into account, then yes, it probably is our best performance of the season. And even Brendan Rodgers praised Trent Alexander-Arnold, saying that, for me, when I see him, he plays fullback as a midfield player. His range of passing is phenomenal. He was a midfielder, of course, as a youngster. His quality, the experience he has gained. For Jurgen Klopp, he has been absolutely amazing. Trent is up there, and he's very much England's #1 right back and playing consistently at a high level. And Jurgen Klopp was full of praise for Trent Alexander-Arnold. He said that Trent played a really good game. It wasn't a perfect one, but it was really good and it was decisive. It helped us a lot. We know how important his crosses are for us. That's absolutely exceptional. I can't compare other right backs, as I pretty much only watch Liverpool games and I don't see others. So fair play to Jurgen Klopp, but I think that Liverpool have 2 of the best fullbacks in the world, in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson. And Andy Robertson has actually revealed that Liverpool are still hurting after losing the Premier League title race to Manchester City last season, because Liverpool got 97 points and somehow we didn't win the title because Man City won 14 games in a row. So this is what Robertson said, and I love this interview. Our total of 97 points wins 95% of the Premier League as in previous years. Unfortunately, we were in that year where it wasn't enough. For us, that still hurts, missing out after such a fantastic season. It was eased by winning the Champions League, and we can look back and say that it was a successful season, but without the Champions League, we couldn't say that. It would have been a very long summer. We know how important every single game is, because every point and every win and last minute winner and clean sheet last season was so important. We fell short, but we pushed Manchester City all the way. And I think that pain and that hurt and that disappointment is what fueled Liverpool, not just to reach the Champions League final and win it. That was fueled by the disappointment in 2 seasons ago where we lost the Champions League final. But this season I think Liverpool have an agenda. We have scores to settle. We have a mission. Liverpool look like a team on a mission to win the Premier League title no matter what. And I think Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp are doing this brilliantly by just concentrating on the next game. And Liverpool are not resting many players. Jurgen Klopp are not resting too many players. We are just concentrating every single game to try to win that next game. That's the most important one. And then go on to the next one, win that. Go on to the next one, win that. And I think maybe in April Liverpool can relax and claim the title when it's mathematically impossible for other teams to catch us. But until then, we have to do it like this because Manchester City are relentless. Manchester City never give up. They will never give up. They will try to win every game between now and the end of the season. And they are well capable of doing that. I'm not sure they will, but they are capable of doing it. They have shown that. They have shown that 2 seasons ago, last season. They can win 18, 19 games in a row. They can win 14 games in a row. Liverpool just have to keep winning. Maybe when we mathematically can't be caught, I will believe that Liverpool are champions of England, but until then, no celebrations for me. I'm just happy where Liverpool are right now. And also, the sooner we win the Premier League, the better, because then we can concentrate on the Champions League, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, if we get through Atletico Madrid, which is a big if, because it's going to be very, very difficult, those ties. But then Liverpool will be in a very good position. And also, big news, Liverpool had to recall Nathaniel Phillips, the 22-year-old who has been on loan at Stuttgart in the Bundesliga 2, which is the second division in Germany. He played 11 games for Stuttgart and Liverpool are recalling him, so he will join the Liverpool squad on January the 1st, I think. He played 9 games in the league and 2 games in the DFB Pokal, which is the German Cup. And he hasn't played always 90 minutes, but he pretty much played 6 games, 90 minutes, 1 game 70 minutes, another game 45 minutes, and then a couple of games where he was just a substitute for a few minutes. But basically he played 6 games in full, and I think that's very, very encouraging for Liverpool, that Liverpool will have another body, another centre-back. I don't think Liverpool will use him too much, but maybe against Everton in the FA Cup he will come in. We just need to sometimes think about what we can do before Matip, Lovren and Fabinho is back, because those are 3 players that can play centre-back. At the moment we only have Gomez and Van Dijk, and in this cruel Christmas and New Year's period we can't expect Gomez and Van Dijk to play every single game every 3 days, because they will get injured, and then what? Then Liverpool will be in even more trouble. Maybe against Sheffield United or against Everton in the FA Cup we will start Phillips and rest Gomez or Van Dijk just for 1 or 2 games here and there. And he did impress in Liverpool's pre-season, and I think that Liverpool were very smart in going to Stuttgart and trying to work out a deal where we can cancel the loan and call him back, because I think it's very, very important that Liverpool have at least 3 centre-backs. Even though he's a young player, I think that we need him in this cruel Christmas fixture period. And Thierry Henry was a pundit for the Leicester-Liverpool game, and before the game he said about Liverpool this: I think they are going to win the Premier League title, and I'm going to push it further, not because we have done it at Arsenal to be invincibles, but because it's a matter for me if they are going to stay unbeaten. I think that team can stay unbeaten, and it will be who is going to beat them first, because I think they will win the league. It's not a big statement because they are above everybody this year, and they can make a statement by beating Leicester. With the fixtures that Liverpool have at the minute, being able to come here and create that gap, it is almost over the title race when Liverpool beat Leicester. So that's what Thierry Henry is saying. I don't think it's over, because we are less than halfway through the season. Well, tonight if Man City complete their fixture against Wolves, then it will be exactly the halfway stage of the season for pretty much all the teams except Liverpool and West Ham. But I think that at the moment it's looking good, but nothing is decided yet. Liverpool still have to play 20 games, and then we will see what comes at the end of the season. Jordan Henderson was in a lot of pain. He got a big kick on his shin and he had to be substituted, and there was a worry because he was in a lot of pain that Henderson could be out for a long time. But Jurgen Klopp said this: Jordan is okay, he got a kick on the shin, it was bleeding afterwards. He said he could have played on, but he didn't, but he's fine. So that's very, very good news, because Liverpool can't really afford to lose any more midfielders. We already have Oxlade-Chamberlain out injured, and also Shaqiri, Lallana and Wijnaldum got back very recently. Wijnaldum played against Leicester and played quite well. Naby Keita was the highlight of the day for me, apart of course from Firmino's goals and Trent Alexander-Arnold's man of the match performance. Naby Keita was just silky smooth. What a player, absolutely brilliant. Liverpool are unbeaten for 35 games in the Premier League, which is almost a full season, absolutely incredible. And this is what Jurgen Klopp said: it is a big deal, it's massive. I am a while in the business already, and if you had asked me if it was possible, I would have said I don't think so. At Dortmund, I think we had 28 games unbeaten, I don't know exactly, we will find out, and that felt already absolutely exceptional, sensational, but only in the review. In the situation, a colleague of yours asked me when I feel when the boys step onto the pitch, and if I see this kind of swagger and stuff like this. Unfortunately, I can't see anything like this, because I'm completely concerned about all the things about the game. I'm a very optimistic person, but not before a football game. I know we can win it, but I've never thought in my life we probably will win it. That makes life really uncomfortable sometimes. These numbers, I forget them now. And if you tell me next time, it will be again for me a big surprise. The number is that high. And Jurgen Klopp also said about the desire of the Liverpool players to maintain their high level of standards. I'm blessed to have a very smart team. That's how it is. We don't mention it constantly. It's not like I have to tell them, stay focused. They are. We have so many good characters in the team, and they tell each other how to deal with it. There is nobody who is flying, not a little bit, but even that was already like this 2 years ago, and we didn't have the same points tally. That we work together longer obviously helps a lot. Things are more settled and all that stuff, that's so good. Now we play 3 games in a row at home, and one of them is in the cup. But I can't tell already that we need massive help from the crowd. I can tell already that we need massive help from the crowd, massive, because the period is so intense. We need to use each source we can use for these games. Hopefully our people are rested enough to be at their absolute best, because that's exactly what we need against Wolves, who are a very dangerous team. Great rallying cry by Jurgen Klopp ahead of the Liverpool-Wolves game. And what also gives Liverpool a little bit of advantage is that Wolves play today. They have 1 day less rest before that Liverpool-Wolves game, and I think that they will probably rest some players for that one, but we shall wait and see. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.